Today's lesson is on daga bonika, otherwise known as da boni, and the meaning is after doing some kind of action or verb, or you can also use it with an adjective. So after being in some sort of state for a repeated or continuous amount of time, I realized something about it. So down here, da bonika. So you have your first sentence, something that you've been doing a long time, da bonika, and then the next part of the sentence would be what you realized from doing it. And you'll see it a lot of times when in writing anyways, you'll see it a lot of times. That's just da boni. And you might hear it like that as well. So after doing action, wait, is this repeating? Use to express realization after doing an action, after doing that. Okay. After doing that action repeatedly or continuously. Okay. So as for the translation of it, it might get translated as while doing something, I realized, or it might get translated as after doing something, I realized, or since I did this a lot, I realized. So it doesn't have one set translation. So when we get to the practice section, try not to rely too much on that one type of translation in English. Focus on the Korean. So the breakdown of this, you may have learned this grammar here, daga, which is kind of like the first action gets interrupted by something else. So let's say I'm watching TV, or no, let's say I'm doing homework and then I get a call from someone. So 숙제를 해요, first sentence, and I get a call. The call comes. 전화가 왔어요. So 숙제를 하다가 while doing my homework, that got interrupted, and then 전화가 왔어요. So, and then we have unica, of course, which is just, besides just being because, it also has a further meaning of expressing you realize something. After looking back on it or after reflecting, you realize something. It also has that meaning to it as well. On to our example sentences. I think I have like a lot. I've been having like a lot of examples recently, but I guess that's a good thing. So our first example, originally 원래는 이 노래가 싫었는데, I didn't like this song, but 자꾸 means repeatedly. 자꾸 듣다 보니까, after listening to it repeatedly, 좋아지네요. I've come to like it. So 좋아지다, to come to like something, or for something to get better. Then we have 네요, just for expressing our surprise. After watching this drama repeatedly, 이 드라마를 자꾸 보다 보니까, I noticed I became bored. 심심해졌어요. So yes, we can use it with the word to watch or to look, to see. 보다가 보니까. Next one. While playing soccer, 축구를 하다 보니까, I realized it was already 12 o'clock. 벌써 12시 됐어요. 축구를 하다가 보니까 벌써 12시 됐어요. While playing soccer, I realized it was already 12 o'clock. So this is also a type of sentence you can use it in. Like you're doing something, you look up at the time and you realize, oh my gosh, that much time has passed already. That's a sentence you can use it in. 에세이를 쓰다 보니, while writing my essay, 에세이를 쓰다 보니 너무 길더라고요. I realized that it's too long. 너무 길더라고요. So we have 길어요, long, and then at the end, an extra bit, 더라고요. 더라고요 doesn't really add any translation to the sentence, but it's used when you've experienced or learned something firsthand. So it's just really emphasizing you experienced this yourself. While living in Korea, 한국에 살다 보니, I noticed I became good at Korean. 한국어를 잘하게 됐어요. 한국에 살다 보니 한국어를 잘하게 됐어요. So to be good at Korean, 한국어를 잘해요. And if you haven't learned that ending there before, 게 됐어요, it means something ended up happening. 게 됐어요. So 잘하게 됐어요, ended up becoming good. Because I do not have money, I cannot buy good stuff for my kids. 돈이 없다 보니까 아이들한테 좋은 물건을 사줄 수 없어요. So the Korean is a little bit different from the English sentence. So 아이들한테, for my kids, 좋은 물건, good things, good stuff. 좋은 물건 사줄 수 없어요. I cannot buy it for them. Okay, because I do not have money, I have nothing to do but stealing. I forgot about this. I have nothing to do but steal. Okay. 돈이 필요하다 보니까. See, this is also different from the English, but 돈이 필요하다 보니까, because I need money. 훔치다, to steal. 훔칠 수밖에 없었어요. 훔칠 수밖에 없었어요. I guess this is past tense. I had no choice to do. Okay, let me break this one down. So first, 훔치다, of course that means to steal. And then that ending, we know 울 수 없어요 means can't, but this one has 울 수밖에 없어요. Altogether, that means I had no choice but to blank, but to do whatever verb you put there. So I could say, I was hungry, I had no choice but to eat. 먹을 수밖에 없어요. Okay, well, I'll read it one more time. 돈이 필요하다 보니까 훔칠 수밖에 없었어요. Next one, because I'm so hungry, I just can't eat anything. 배가 고프다 보니까 아무거나 먹게 됐어요. 배가 고프다 보니까 아무거나 nothing or anything 먹게 됐어요. And remember, 게 됐어요? It ended up happening. I personally don't relate to that. I don't know. That's really what the point they want to get across. I'm so hungry that I can't eat anything. I don't understand it. Personally, that wouldn't happen to me. Next one. During studying or while studying, I found out it was not difficult. 공부하다 보니까 어렵지 않았어요. So as you can see with a lot of these, the little insert in the middle, which is the da 보니까, in English, it is the I found out or I realized. That part is not really in the Korean translation because the da 보니까 is it. That's the feeling it gives. So when you're doing the practice, don't try to use the word found. Don't try to go and translate found or look up realized and try to put that in there. It's always already there with the da 보니까. And notice with these as well that there's no past tense being used before 다가 보니까. It's always going to be, you don't translate the verb before it actually. You just take the da off and then you put da 보니까 on there. So with that one, we're not saying 공부해다 다가 보니까. We're just saying 다가 보니까, that. Next one. While I was eating, I realized this was not the thing that I ordered. 먹다 보니까 제가 시킨 게 아니었어요. 시키다, to order. 시킨 게. So to order, 시키다, and then the 게 is the same as 것. So 시킨 것이, so the thing that I ordered, 시킨 것이 아니었어요. It was not. Okay, two more examples. 처음에는 이상했는데 it was quite weird at first. 자꾸 보다 보니까, but as I looked at it and I've seen it a bit, 예쁜 것 같아요. I found out that it's pretty. Maybe instead of I found out, maybe I came to realize or I came to feel as though it's pretty. 처음에는 이상했는데 자꾸 보다 보니까 예쁜 것 같아요. And our last one here. 계속 쓰다 보니, 쓰다, to use. 계속 쓰다 보니까 편한 것 같습니다. As I use it many times, since I've used it a lot of times, I found out that it's very comfortable. Or I guess a better way to say that after they've used it a few times, they feel more comfortable using it or doing it, whatever it may be. Okay, that's all of our examples. This will probably end up being a short lesson. I guess it depends on how long the practice takes. I already have the practice section written out here. So I have 6 sentences for us. First sentence, while I was studying, let's actually change that. While I was studying, I realized that it became, let's say 2:30 in the morning, maybe. While I was studying, I realized that it was 2:30 in the morning. Okay, that one, I don't know if my Rainy can participate. Can you? If you can hear me or you can't respond.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will let you do number 1. And then Serene, since I've been working out at the park every day, my health has gotten better. I'll have you do number 2. And then we'll see what we do next.
What time you say? 12 or 3?
2:30 in the morning.
today. Okay. 제가 공부하다 보니까 13분 썼어요.
Say it one more time.
Did I say it right?
Can you say it one more time? I didn't hear you, sorry.
제가 공부하다 보니 2시 3분, 30분, 새벽 30분 잤어요.
됐어요? Is that what you said at the end?
Yeah, big.
Yeah. Good job.
Okay.
That's correct. So since you finished that one, you can work on number 3. While I was exercising, I realized that my arms were sore, or my arms hurt, you can say.
Can I say my sentence?
Yes.
Okay. 매일 공원에서 운동하다 보니 건강을 좋아졌어요.
Yeah. Okay. 공원에서 매일 운동하다 보니 건강을 좋아졌어요. And you can go ahead and start working on number 4.
I have to say number 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. 운동하다가 보니까 제 빙 봤어요.
발이
Are you say
아팠어요.
so? You say 못 따랐어요?
발이
몰랐어요.
아팠어요. Yeah. Good. 운동하다가 보니까 발이 아팠어요. Okay. And then you can start working on number 5. Since I've been using my smartphone a lot, smartphone in Korean is just smartphone, so same as English. Since I've been using my smartphone a lot, my eyes have gotten bad.
So 한국어를 몇 년에 공부하다 보니까 많이 이해할 수 있어요.
Yes. 한국어를 몇 년, maybe we can say 몇 년 동안 하다가 많이 이해할 수. And you can do the last one. You could also, instead of saying 이해할 수 있어요, if you wanted to, you can say 많이 이해하게 됐어요. Like I ended up being able to understand.
Okay. 제 핸드폰 많이 쓰다 보니까 쟤는 나쁜데요?
So 눈이 나빠졌어.
나빠졌어요.
Very good.
쟤는이 나.
Perfect.
So 한국에 살았을 때 매운 음식이 계속 먹다 보니까 이제 잘 먹어요.
자, 한국에 살았을 때 매운 음식을 많이 이제 잘. Yes. Sorry if that's not exactly what you said, because this whole time you may have noticed I'm a bit distracted. So I'm trying to multitask and get ready for the next part we're gonna do. But you guys did really well with that. Hopefully it's not. I don't think this grammar is like super hard to understand or anything. So hopefully it wasn't too bad. The practice, you seemed like you guys had it really good. So this, how long has it been? It's been 22 minutes, so like halfway through the lesson. So yeah, this one is gonna be a shorter lesson, and it's our last lesson for the course. Wow, crazy. So if you're interested in learning more grammar that's similar to this, because you know when you learn one thing and you understand it well, and then there's like 5 other grammar that use the same thing, then it's like, oh, might as well go and learn that too, because you can learn it quicker. So there's a lot of different forms when it comes to daga anyway. So there's the regular one that I talked about earlier, daga, and then there's a past tense version, at daga, ot daga, het daga. There's a negative one, daga는. I should probably write out what they mean. So daga는 means if you keep doing whatever verb you attach, something negative or bad will happen. And then 다가보면 is similar to this one and to 다가는. So if you keep doing something, another thing will happen. I know that they're like the same thing, 다가는 and 다가보면, except 다가보면, it could be good or bad. Like if you keep studying, you'll become really good at Korean. 한국어를 계속 공부하다 보면 한국어를 잘하게 될 거예요. Or yeah, 잘할 거예요. Anything like that. It could be good or bad. And then there's more with daga, like 에다가. That's usually when it's talking about a location. You put something in a place. This one is like not used as commonly as all the other ones. Hold on, let me get. It's like to add something to something else, or it's a weird one. But yeah, daga. So the difference between daga, which is for like present tense, and then ot daga, the past tense one. The second one is like I was doing something, I finished it, and then something else happened, basically. So the first one, you get interrupted in the middle of an action by something else. The second one, the first action finishes and then the second thing happens. So if you guys are interested in learning more about daga, I would go ahead and just look through all the different forms, because if you understand one, you can pretty much get the other ones too.